what I think I'm going to do is, because we're going to have everybody share like a 3-minute or less, because there's so many of us, like a, agency update, talking about either your summer programs you have coming up or any issues that you have that you're excited about or concerned about, and we can work together as a team like we always do. So we're going to do that. So when that happens, just introduce yourself and your agency, and then we'll do that. Following that, we're going to start with the Youth Summit recap and review, just because that was such a cool thing that we just did. But maybe we'll do that afterwards so we can kind of see who's all here. And then at the after that, we have some representatives from the city of Tacoma, and they are going to wanted to do some quick brainstorming with you guys, because you're the people that make it happen, regarding some homeless needs, or talking about unmet homeless needs. And I think they're working on some updating one of their plans. So they wanted to brainstorm with the best brains in the city. So Tiffany has her hand up. Tiffany, did you have something you wanted to share real quick?
Really quickly, and I'm sorry I'm crashing your party this morning, everyone. I'm long range and strategic planning for the city of Lakewood, and I am hoping at some point to have a couple minutes to ask a question as well, Mary. So where we shoehorn me in.
Well, you're going to get 3 minutes. So when everybody's 3 minutes, you can talk about joy, you can talk about needs, you can talk about questions. And so that's how we're going to do it today, if everybody's cool with that. So we've got a good turnout. So yeah, no problem. So I am going to use my screen as the lead screen so I can tell where everybody is. So let's just start with, I'll just let you know, my name is Mary Dosworth. I work with City of Lakewood. I'm the director here for Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. I'll let Cameron talk a little bit about summer programs, but I was just going to let you know, our farmers market started yesterday, and we offered SNAP this year. For the first time. It's taken us 3 years to get that program implemented in our city. And our first farmers market was yesterday, and we had $1,100 worth of vouchers that we gave out for SNAP. And then we had a match program. And so there was 1,100 more. So we had over $2,200 in SNAP coupon vouchers that we provided people for fresh fruits and vegetables. So obvious in need. We're going to have to double our grant. And it was amazing. And so that's really cool. We also have our farmers market WIC program that was there, as well as, I'm not sure with the senior voucher program, how that's getting incorporated, but that's coming as well. So we're really doing some great things at our farmers market. It's at Fort Stoughton Park on Tuesdays from 2 to 7. So if you have folks that are in need and they want to come to the park, it's amazing. And we're happy to do that. And then we also had a great youth summit, and many of you participated, many of you helped. So we're going to do a little recap at the end of that, but that was a really successful model, and we just are going to grow from there. So that's my 3-minute spiel. Last but not least, don't forget our human services. We're going to be meeting with our city council next week, to talk about the strategies and the application form and all of that. So all of you that are interested in applying for the city's human services funding, which will be for fiscal year 23-24, those applications will be launched in July. You'll all be notified because you're in the loop, and we'll be sending it out in all of the places that we know to send it out. But we'll just let you know those applications will be launched. We talked about the strategies and everything last month. Those will be launched mid-July, and the applications will be due the end of August. We'll have a workshop too to give everybody updates on how to get the best application for the city. So that is my my announcement. I'm going to go with Bonnie. Bonnie, you're next on my list. So Bonnie Corns, if you'd like to share. And we're really going to try and keep it to 3 minutes, folks, just because there's several of us, and we want to give everybody a chance to share.
Sure. Thanks, Mary.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Bonnie Corns. I'm the project manager for potentially preventable hospitalizations at the health department. And our program works with the communities of focus and with community agencies to help people engage in primary care, maintain their health, and stay out of the hospital. Things going on with my program, and we're working in the Springbrook community this summer, along with our community engagement team for COVID outreach. And I think Daniel will give you some updates on the actual COVID information, so I won't steal his thunder. And just really happy to be here. This is the second meeting I'm here, and just really glad to be meeting everyone and learning what's going on in the Lakewood community. I have a request, and that is if you have events going on in the summer months and would like the health department to have a table, if you would please contact myself or Daniel, and we will help make that happen.
Great, Bonnie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And that's kind of a note. If you got two people from the same agency, you'll get 6 minutes. So even though you only took 1 minute and 5 seconds, Bonnie. So are you complete?
That's it.
Great. Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank
Glad that
you.
you're here. Tammy, you're next. Tammy Apthorpe.
If you say it really fast, it comes out right. Apthorpe.
Apthorpe. Great.
Yep.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi. So, oh my gosh, I didn't think I would be that fast. So let me pull up my little notes here. And sorry, I wasn't quite ready. I was doing a little bit of other work. So I have several, there's like 8 bullets here that I want to share that are hot topics, but for the sake of time, I'm going to email these to you. I may have already, because I've been having trouble lately for some reason for going in the chat. My links don't work and all kinds of stuff. I will try after I'm done talking, but right now I really just want to focus on the kids. You know, we're going into summer months. Kids are getting out of school, and so there's a few things going on. So first of all, our new improved Orca is here. So paying for local and regional transit rides is now faster and easier with the new My Orca website and mobile app. So you can still use your current Orca card. That's the biggest question we've had. Do I have to get a new card? No, you can still use your blue Orca card. So just be sure to set up your new account in the myorca.com on the mobile app or on the mobile app. The other thing is for summertime, the students can get a 30, sorry, I'm a little brain fog today. $36 youth pass, and that's basically from June 1 to August 31. So 90 days for $36 for youth, and that's 18 and under. So what a great benefit to help riders get to where they need to go in the summertime, and it helps the parents out too, so they don't always have to be the driver. So, and then finally, this is great news we've been waiting for a long time. So thanks to funding through the state legislators' Move Ahead Washington transportation package, youth ages 18 and under will ride fare free on public transit this fall throughout the region. So watch piercetransit.org for an announcement in the coming months, but free youth transit passes starting this fall. So if somebody buys that $36 youth pass, it expires effective August 31, and then by September, we should be able to roll right into a fare free for our youth. So I love that we're doing this for the kids, and that's my topic for this month. Thank you.
Two questions, Tammy. One is, if someone can't afford $36, are there any programs for youth that would provide any I know that's a good discount, but any additional discounts, or is that the program right now?
There is human services that if they're part of one of those programs that supports that, they might be able to gain a card through that way.
Okay. And then just Tammy had made a point, she's going to send us information, all of the things that we're talking about today. If you have something you want to send it to us. We'll do some kind of a summary that we'll send out to everybody so that you can kind of get information on all the things that are going on. So we'll send you links and information and try and keep you all informed. So thanks, okay. Tammy.
You're very welcome. I'll just say real quick, it does not look like the chat function is available. There's just the Q&A. So
yeah, that's a benefit of public disclosure on a City of Lakewood webinar. So yeah, so send it to Shannon like you normally would, Shannon Bennett at cityoflakewood.us, and we'll make sure everybody gets all the information together, and I'll probably make camera and put something wonderful together for all of us.
Perfect. So. Yeah, I replied to the invite for this link with those details. Thanks.
Good. Yeah, thanks. Carolyn Crum.
Hello, this is my first meeting.
Oh, Carolyn, well, why don't you just introduce yourself and let us know who you are, and then if you have something to share, that's great, and if you don't have something to share, we'll go to the next one, so thanks.
Okie doke. So I'm Caroline. I'm the Community Outreach AmeriCorps Vista at Emergency Food Network. So if you're not familiar, we distribute food to over 75 food pantries, meal sites, and shelters in Pierce County. And this May was big for us. It was Hunger Awareness Month, so super busy. We had our first in-person hunger walk on May 7th since 2019. And it was really exciting, got people excited to start off the month. And we also had the Stamp Out Hunger Letter Carriers food drive on the 14th. And that brought in over 230,000 pounds of food for our partners, which was huge. And we haven't had that event since 2019 either. So we weren't really sure how it would go. We thought maybe it would get less food than normal, but it actually got more than it did in 2019. So that's super exciting for us. And this summer, we're looking forward to the end of our plant start distribution, which is next week. And we have lots of volunteer opportunities, and we're excited to get people out at our farm in Puyallup for that too.
So Carolyn, you mentioned the plant distribution. That's for farmers market or for community gardens and things like that, or other places?
That's for anyone that wants to come pick them up.
And that's in Puyallup?
That one's in Lakewood.
Oh, it is in Lakewood. Okay.
All around Pierce County. There's a few different community gardens.
Okay, good. Well, why don't you send us that information? We'll make sure everybody can get that information to get
Okay,
those
great.
plants.
Will do.
Welcome, Carolyn. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, Cameron, you're next.
All right, yeah, I'm Cameron Fairfield, Recreation Coordinator with the City of Lakewood. Excuse me, still not feeling that great, but we have a 8-week summer camp that's starting up on June 27th. It's going to be at Fort Slocum Park and Park Lodge Elementary. Our summer concerts start June 28th. Those are going to be at Fort Slocum Park following the Farmers Market. Summerfest is coming back on July 23rd. At Fort Slocum Park as well. And there's also street festivals at Motor Ave that are going to be on select Saturdays coming up this summer.
That's great.
I'm
Cameron.
sure there's
Thanks.
some other things I've missed too.
Yeah, we have a lot of great special events, family friendly, free. So if you check our website, we have them all listed there. And I think when Nikki sent out this announcement, she put several of the flyers there. So really great opportunities for your friends and family and clients to come and visit and have a great day. As I said, yesterday was kickoff for Farmers Market, but also there's opportunities for you to be a part of those events as well. So on our website, you can contact Sally Martinez, and if there's space, many of you are already booked, but so that's a great way to get the word out. So thanks, Cameron. Hey, Daniel, you're next on my screen. Daniel.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So usually Jessica Alvestad or Marcy Boulet is here, and they're doing some other stuff, but I just have been brought on to provide more support to our communities of focus, specifically Springbrook. So looking forward and kind of getting situated to help Jesse and Springbrook Connections a little more. So stay tuned, Jesse. So I'll probably see you tonight, at our partners meeting. But just some quick updates for COVID. Since March, we've been seeing an increasing spike in cases. And just in this last week, we've seen a decline. So really good news. It's really hopeful because we kind of knew that a spike would come when things were opening up. But just a huge reminder, we're going into summer season. People are going to be mingling, doing their barbecuing. That's great. But just a huge reminder that preventative measures still really important, still really key to making sure we get past this, and then also getting vaccinated. So recently you might have heard that 5 through 11-year-olds are now extended for boosters. So if you have any 5 or 11-year-olds in your family or friends, let them know that they can get boosted now. We're doing continued vaccine clinics through June. So check on our website and you can get that situated. They're pretty easy. You don't need registration. You can just come in, walk in, get your shot right there. We do have a lot of test kits still available. There's lots of free resources for individuals, and we can also get you situated for your own organization or nonprofit. So let us know, and we can get you situated for that, because it's incredibly helpful for you to pass those out to everyone. Please don't spend money on test kits. There's so many free resources. That's kind of the gist. And then also really key is our test to treat program out there. This program is essentially if you test positive for COVID, you have severe symptoms, maybe because you were not vaccinated, maybe because you have a weakened immune system. For whatever reason, you have severe symptoms and you're needing help really quick. This Test to Treat program is paid for by the state. It's free. It's for anyone. And they can get you treatment in 24 to 48 hours. So this is not a vaccine. These are treatments that you can get right away. So again, really great for weak immune systems, really great for people that have not gotten the vaccine yet. There are options for that. And we really want to have them get help. So that's still huge. And that's it. I'll yield my time.
Great, Daniel. Thanks. Welcome today. Awesome. Ariana, you're next.
Hi, good morning. My name is Ariana. I'm here from the Early Learning Department. And I'm one of the home visitors. I don't really have any news, just like we have applications for our next school year in case we provide services for pregnancy and children under 3 years old. So that's all.
That's great. Great. Thanks. Patrick O'Neill.
Hi, folks. So I've been at these meetings, but it's been many years. So I'm one of the adult services librarians at the Lakewood Library, which unfortunately, I hope you know, closed this past Saturday. We will have a temporary location opening back up in Lakewood at some point in the future. It's too early in the process for us to know much about what that's going to look like. Most likely it'll be in the town center, a storefront, and that'll probably run for a few years until the system, the city, and the community decide what we're going to do for a new library in downtown Lakewood. In the meantime, by default, anyone whose materials were coming to this branch are going to go to University Place. Stilicum is a great option as well. And of course, there is another library in the city of Lakewood in Tillicum, which is a very small library, but is staffed with wonderful people. Summer reading is just getting started, which is awkward with building closing, but we're still doing programming all throughout the summer. And bear with me while I flip over. So the three big pushes we're doing for programming this year are Tuesdays at Pacific Walk Townhomes, Wednesdays at Springbrook Park, and Thursdays at American Lake Park. There'll be events going all through the summer with library tables there, summer reading giveaways, so on and so forth. So I think my sort of ask for everyone who's here today, please, if you guys have events that you think library table at would be helpful, we would love to get out. We really just want to still be active out and about in the community while we don't have a building. So I'll send my info to Shannon Bennett and flyers and everything for what we do have going on. But yeah, please keep us in mind. We are still here. There will be a staff in the building, very, very small staff, but we'll be here all summer. Please reach out if you have anything that you think we could partner with. Thanks.
Thanks, Patrick. The library is such an important resource in our community, and we are just sad about the closure, temporary closure, I'll say, but please make contact with them because they are really hoping to get out and about to our community, which is great, bringing that program out to our program. So yeah, make sure we connect with them if you can. Okay, we've got Carrie and Rachel, Communities and Schools.
Sorry, we're just about to close the door.
Oh.
No worries. Hi, everyone. I'm Carrie Pedrick, the Executive Director with Communities and Schools of Lakewood.
I'm Rachel. I'm an intern with CIS.
She's going into her second year Master's in Social Work program and is placed at our high school site. Communities and Schools supports 4 school sites in Clover Park School District. We have staff and social work interns that are embedded in our school sites, and we provide one-on-one case management and also school-wide activities and supports for students and families. And we've just had I think part of the privilege of working in schools and alongside students and families is that we get to be there for the really fun celebrations and also the really hard stuff that are happening often, in the same moment, on the same days, and in the same weeks for our students. And so we are excited about the end of the school year, about some transitions and graduations, and also it's a hard time for our students and families and school communities. So we're excited to celebrate. We case managed 200 students, providing one-on-one support throughout the school year in our 4 school sites this year. And we have 42 graduating seniors that are all graduating. Yeah, exactly. I'm missing, when you're a panelist, you don't get the reaction button. And y'all know that's my go-to. So that's exactly. So we're excited, award ceremony, graduation tomorrow for our seniors, and we're excited that we actually get to support more students next year. We are going to be expanding and hiring 3 new full-time staff members for next school year. And so we'll be opening our positions in at the end of June. And so I'll make sure to send it out to the group because we'll be hiring 3 new awesome people to join our team. We are doing our summer program specifically for rising seniors at Clover Park High School again this summer. We're calling it Leaders of Change. Last year was Warriors of Change. And they'll be doing community research, finding things that they want to actively improve in their school community this summer. So it'll be focused specifically on their school community at Clover Park High School. And then we'll partner with them throughout the school year to help make sure that those proposals get realized in their school. But we will be inviting community members to our presentations on August 4th. We don't have details about that yet, but you can put it on, save the date, August 4th, come to CP and watch our amazing students present. And this is not an update, but I just want to celebrate Pierce Transit and also the Washington State Legislature, because transportation is so critical for our students. And so I'm excited about the possibility of free youth passes for our kids, getting them in their hands, because I'm sure then we'll discover all the other things, all the barriers that we can help support and make sure our kids overcome, because they deserve access to community events and to supports and services. And I'm very excited. So thank you for your work on that and everyone that had a part in that.
Thanks, Karen. Oh, Rachel, did you have something to share?
I don't.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
That's great. Thanks, Carrie. And so everybody just make sure we're now having to teach kids how to use the bus if they haven't used it, right? Because that's a whole new scary thing for people that haven't used it before. It's not scary, but anything new is sometimes hard. So thanks. Yuki, you're next.
Hi, my name is Yuki. I am with Linquist Dental Clinic for Children here in Brooklyn. We just, updates, I guess. We just finished up our 2021-2022 school year dental screenings this last year. Last year was our first year back from the pandemic, and we've been able to see kids at their schools and check on their teeth, make sure that they're brushing them, and educating them on how to brush their teeth at different elementary schools. Sign-ups for the next school year for their dental screening have been sent out to all the school nurses, so hopefully they schedule. Summer's coming up, so if you have children, or if you know anyone who has children, make sure they see their dentist or see us to get their teeth cleaned and checked up. We don't want them missing class because they have cavities in their teeth and get dental pain. So make sure you get those in. Other than that, we're still here. We're in patients. So yeah.
Great. Thanks, Yuki. Stephanie Sachs.
Hi, yeah, my name is Stephanie Sachs and I'm with Rebuilding Hope, the Sexual Assault Center in Pierce County. For those of you who don't know about our agency, we've been around about 50 years and we provide 24-hour crisis information and support line for survivors of sexual assault, abuse, harassment, folks who may be at risk for sex trafficking or commercial sexual exploitation. So we have a crisis line. Our advocates will accompany survivors to the hospital for forensic rape exams. We do prevention education in schools and community groups and all sorts of groups. And then we also have, again, a sex trafficking exploitation prevention program. That program, the Orca passes came up earlier on, and for youth that are at risk for trafficking, which many youth are, we do offer free Orca passes when needed for youth that are experiencing that. Let's see, and then we have our therapy program, which is a program that I work with, and we provide therapy free for teens if need be, with master's level therapists with specialized training in sexual assault and abuse, and on a really low sliding fee scale. For adults, it goes as low as $5 per session. So if you do know anybody, either a primary victim who actually suffered abuse, whether it was 30 years ago or yesterday, or a family member who has been impacted, maybe a non-offending parent or spouse or partner of someone, we're a great resource in the community for that. Let's see. Also, we do have a basic sexual assault awareness training that just happened this week that we're really excited about. And this week, we just started back for the first time in 2.5 years doing in-person therapy. Interestingly, I think, because we never thought we'd do teletherapy before the pandemic, and everything went to teletherapy, seeing about 150 clients a year still for therapy via teletherapy. And that went really, really well. When we offered all of our clients to come back to in-person just this last week, only about 20% of our clients, 10 to 20%, wanted to do that. So for the foreseeable future, we're going to continue to offer the option for folks, kind of depending on what they want to do. So kind of a change for our clients, but also our staff as well, to be back in the office a little bit more. So that's what's happening with us.
Great. Thank you, Stephanie. Jesse Black, Mr. Springbrook. He does other stuff too.
I do a lot of other stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm really excited to talk about Springbrook today. We formally opened our doors for our resource office yesterday. And we've already started seeing low-income families in Lakewood to help provide resources. Those resources include resume building. We have a computer lab in the resource office. We have assistance with rental assistance, filling out the applications, plus food banks, everything you can imagine. We've compiled resources around Pierce County that will be able to get out to the low-income families in Lakewood. If you know anybody looking for resources, please send them to us. We're located at 5204 Sober Drive in the Center First building. And they can call Shauna Zimmerman at 253-324-7142 to set up a time to come in and see her. So we're going back into in-person community meetings next Thursday. And I'm just really excited about the growth that our organization is going through right now. So the community garden, Mary, I need to get with you. So make sure you give me a call about getting water in the garden. Because that we need to get on top of that so we don't miss out on the growing season. But other than that, I'm happy to be here and thank you for listening.
That's great, Jesse. Mother Nature's been taking care of the water for a little while, but we'll get you hooked up. So that's wonderful. And send us the link so that we can announce that new location so that people can make contact with you. That's great. We're really proud of that. Okay, Sarah Nichols.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name is Sarah with the Puget Sound Clean Air Agency. We are the agency that manages air quality in King, Kitsap, Pierce, and Snohomish counties. And we are very much at the beginning of our 2022 filter fan distribution season in advance of the summer wildfire season. Wildfire smoke is an issue for everyone and seems to be getting worse and worse every year. So what we do is we distribute free filter fan kits, which include a box filter fan, some actual filters, and then little clips that are really easy to assemble, can be used indoors, and really help to increase indoor air quality for residents. We prioritize distribution to families with young children, elderly, those with pre-existing health conditions, and others who are just generally disproportionately impacted by poor air quality. As an added benefit, assuming nobody wants another heat dome this year, but if we have one, these fans really do help with just cooling, even if there isn't any wildfire smoke present. So we are looking for events to give away these free filter fans. So I will be sending all of this information again to Shannon, but if you have any questions or if you have any ideas of places where we could distribute these fans, that would be great. I think Jesse will probably be reaching out to you, maybe Caroline, if there's anything that we can do with the Emergency Food Network and double up efforts to have a booth where folks can maybe pick up food and a filter fan. We would be happy to partner with you guys on that. So we'll be reaching out to you all. And if there's any other ideas for events that we could distribute free filter fans, we'd be happy to do that.
Thanks, Sarah. Wonderful. That's a great program. We were able to do that last year in a couple of locations. So Philip Carnell. Philip?
Hi, nice to talk to you all. So I'm also here with my colleagues from the city of Tacoma. Okay. And I should introduce myself first. I'm here with Pierce County Human Services in the housing team. And I'm here with my colleagues from the city of Tacoma. Did you all want to introduce yourselves real fast?
I thought I'd wait to see if Heidi, why don't you go first? I'll go last.
Hi, I'm Heidi Burbidge, and I'm from the City of Tacoma Housing Division, and also joining Philip and Erica to talk about the home ARP. And I'm not sure if we'll wait till after everyone talks, or
I think we're on the agenda after a couple other things. So yeah. Okay. And I'm Erica Bartley. I work with Heidi Burbidge at the City of Tacoma, and we've been carrying out a joint process with Philip at Pierce County on that home ARP grant. So we're really excited to be here and talk to y'all, and also just to learn about what everybody's working on. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're excited that you're here. We'll pull you in when we get through everybody's announcements, and then we'll do a little bit more, and Tiffany will have a chance to share as well. So thanks. So let's see. We did Carolyn, Tammy, Cameron, Patrick, Daniel, Ariana, Tiffany, James. Did we get you, James?
No, not yet. Okay. I'm relatively new to Puget Sound Clean Air Agency, so work with Sarah. So just more here as a observing the meeting.
Okay, James, what's your role with that organization? So we know who to call when we need you.
I'm an air monitoring specialist. So if there's any questions about air quality or air quality sensors, I'd be someone to talk to. But then I'm also going to help with the filter fan distribution within Lakewood.
Thanks. Okay, thank you for being here. And feel free to keep joining us every month. So Daniel, we got Daniel. Now you guys keep jumping around on my list. How about Siggy?
Hi, yes, my name is Siggy Frank. I am from Oasis Youth Center and the program manager there. I'm just really excited to be in this meeting and be with everyone. This is a great turnout. Some updates for Oasis. We have our Ride with Pride program going on, and that is every Saturday. And if youth participate continuously throughout our program that goes through August, they have the opportunity to win or receive some pretty cool materials. So we'll be giving away Fitbits, some pretty cool sunglasses, field guides, things like that. The idea is to get out, be outside, and be in community with each other. So we're going to be going to different parks around Pierce County. We are located in downtown Tacoma, but we have our satellite location in Lakewood that we're actually just in the process of opening again and should be open by the end of this month. It's located at St. Mary's, right across the street from Clover Park High School. And we're really excited to get that back open again. We've been participating in some of the really cool street events. We'll be doing Summerfest, and we just did Dancing in the Streets last month. So that's been really fun to be out in the community. And we have our annual fundraiser coming up in July. In Tacoma, we have our annual Pride Week. And we'll have Pride, and we'll be at Pride on July 9th. And then we'll have our big annual fundraiser brunch on the 16th.
Great. Well, welcome back to Lakewood. I'm glad you're opening your spot, and thanks for being here, Ziggy. Okay, we have Sandy. Sandy Neves.
Hi, I'm Sandy Neves, and I'm with Early Head Start Home Visitor, and I work with Ariana, and she had already went. And we don't really have any events or anything. We just work with families, pregnant moms, and children 0 to 3 for Early Head Start Home Visitor.
Good. Sandy, do you guys work out of the old Southgate Elementary School? Or are you in a different?
No, we have offices all over. I'm actually at South Bates. Okay. But we go into the home, so we're kind of all over Pierce County. Different home visitors located at different sites. So
great. Well, great. Well, thanks for being with us today. We appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Is Heather Moss? Did you announce yet, Heather?
No, hi, nice
Hi,
to see
Heather.
everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Heather Moss. I'm the Director of Human Services for Pierce County. So I work with Philip in the county, and I'm just observing because I heard good things happen in the Lakewood Community Collaboration. So I wanted to see what it was all about. Thanks for letting me join in.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And if it's happening in Lakewood, these folks are involved. So this is the place to be. You're welcome to join us every month. So that's great. Okay, we have Jen Schott.
Hi there, I'm Jen Schott, she, her pronouns, and I'm from the YWCA Pierce County. And for those of you that don't know, we are a service provider for survivors of domestic violence. We serve children, youth, and adults and families. We have a shelter program, we have a counseling program, we have community advocacy, and we also run support groups. We have a housing program, legal services program. What else? We have teen dating violence presentations in the schools throughout the year, and then in other community contexts, as well as our Healthy Love program, which is specifically for the prevention of youth violence. And that's teen dating violence presentations are one-off presentations in the schools. And then the Healthy Love program is multi-sessioned groups that happen. We also have our Redefining Love group, which is through our counseling program. And that's for youth survivors of intimate partner violence and teen violence. And let's see, we are currently operating both virtually and in person. We're definitely moving back to in person, but we'll continue to do virtual services. Like I've heard with some of the other organizations, we're finding that that actually is very helpful to some people, and also some people are really ready to get back. One of our most exciting things is our children's program is eventually going to be pretty much completely back in person, which has been a long time coming, and it feels really great to have kids back in the building. We also will be moving back to our in-person support groups in August, hopefully, but we are doing virtual support groups. So if you have people that are needing support groups, you can just have them call our main line and they will be able to get to the right person. We also have a 24-hour hotline. And we are currently in the process of a CEO search. So keep your eyes out for updates. And also if you eventually know anyone that you think would be interested in taking the lead at our organization, there will be information that is widely distributed. So currently we're in the process of interviewing search firms our board is doing that. So, but yeah, any contact you want to have with our organization, you can just call our main line on our website at YWCA Pierce County. You'll be able, our front desk person is awesome. She'll get you to where you need to go and anyone you refer to us. That's all I got.
That's great, Jen. Thank you so much. Before I ask Tiffany to share, she works with our city, but she's, I think, asking you all a question. Is there anybody that is on that didn't share? You guys kind of moved around a little bit, but I think I caught everybody so far. Raise your hand. Rachel, yes. Hi, Rachel. Yes,
Fair.
you were my last person on here. So good. Thank you.
You're all right. I was kind of keeping track, and then yeah, everybody turned the camera on and changed everything.
That's okay.
That's all right. I'm Rachel Lair. I'm the Director of Programs at Rebuilding Together South Sound. We provide free home repairs for low-income homeowners who live anywhere in Pierce County, as well as the cities of Federal Way and Auburn. And we have a specific focus in Lakewood coming up. So some fun updates. We had our biggest annual volunteer project day of the year called Rebuilding Day this past April. It's traditionally an event where we have 20 to 25 projects and 400 to 600 volunteers out. We're still kind of coming out of all the COVID shenanigans. So we were at about half that, and it felt really good to be back with our volunteer teams and doing things in April for the first time in 3 years. We've also been working in a bunch of different houses in Lakewood. We've completed 6 projects for clients in Lakewood, and we have 5 more planned this summer. So it is a busy time for home repairs in Lakewood. One of the things where our 5 projects this summer coming up is with some funding actually through maybe something that Tiffany's going to talk about. The ARPA funds, we're launching a program called Rebuilding a Healthy Neighborhood, where we're doing some of these home repair projects for clients. We're also trying to spread that impact out throughout the neighborhood. So in addition to projects in a specific neighborhood, we'll be having a community inReach fair and then connecting with some opportunities for some home maintenance classes. So the first one of those is going to be Saturday, August 20th. And I know a handful of you have brought up wanting to have some tabling events, and that will be a tabling event, and I would love to have you. So I don't have a location for you yet, but I will work on that. And yeah, we would love to have you out. We're also going to be holding another one of those in October on the 22nd. So if you want to get that on your calendars, we would love to have you out. And then moving forward in the next few years, we anticipate holding Rebuilding a Healthy Neighborhood in Lakewood in April and October. So there will be plenty more to come. Our focus neighborhoods for that are going to be Lakeview, Springbrook, Tilcomb, Woodbrook, and Monte Vista. And so the summer will be in, I think the majority of the work will be focused in Monte Vista, but we'll have a couple other houses. And then this is a very early FYI. We just got notified yesterday that we received a grant for a community health worker. And we're hoping that that person, yeah, I'm excited. We are hoping that that person will help us with some outreach specifically in Lakewood, and would also be a Spanish-speaking person, to help us with our outreach to Spanish-speaking populations, because that is one of the population groups that we know. There's a lot of low-income homeowners. There's a lot of folks who need help with repairs, and we are not doing a great job working with them. So we want to do better. So I'm sure that there will be more information about that soon, but if you know anyone, we'll be having a job posting soon. And that is it. Oh, and then just in general, we are taking applications for all of our service area, but we will be looking a little bit more closely at applications in Lakewood from those 4 neighborhoods, because we know that we have some project opportunities coming up for that. So that's what I got.
Thanks, Rachel. And as a reminder, if you send, even though you don't have the specific day yet, if you send the information that there'll be this opportunity, everybody can then make contact with you. I know everybody's trying to get the word out. So
yeah,
good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Tiffany, I think that's everybody that was on here. Tiffany, why don't you get started? So I think Tiffany's going to be asking a question, she said.
Yes.
So if you raise your hand, if you have something to say, we can kind of coordinate that response. And then when Tiffany's done, we'll jump in with our friends from Tacoma and Pierce County.
Thanks, Mary, and I'll try to make this quick. So some of you I know, some of you I worked with in various different capacities here with my time in Lakewood, but what I'm here about today is that I'm in the middle of drafting a grant application for the Department of Commerce, and it is to help figure out where the city can better or best incorporate missing middle housing into the city. And part of what the grant is asking for is partnership with community-based organizations. And so what I am trying to do today is find some contacts out of this group, or maybe referrals from people in this group, of organizations that might be willing to work with us on this project, because we have a 1-sentence letter that we're hoping people will sign and join us on this project. But the idea would be looking for feedback regarding not only economic issues, lower income neighborhoods, but also racial equity issues. One of the things that this grant is all about is trying to identify risk of displacement in different parts of the city, as well as historically inequitable practices in where housing is placed or what types of housing are available. So what I'm hoping I can do is just ask all of you, if you yourselves are part of a community-based organization that would want to participate, to contact me, or if you can refer me to somebody, that would be even just as good. My email, just like with Shannon and Mary, it's tspear, and you can see the spelling of my name there, at cityoflakewood.us. And so this also, by the way, will have some dollars associated with it for those that would help us from those organizations. I should have said that. So if someone is helping with either providing their own perspective on racial inequity or displacement concerns in Lakewood, or can help us canvass parts of the city to get that information, they will be compensated. So again, tspear at cityoflakewood.us. And if anybody can, contact me about that today. I really apologize, really short notice, I know, but if anybody could reach out to me, I'd much appreciate it. And I will get out of the way. Mary, thank you.
Thanks, Tiffany. As you all know, we get these opportunities. We've got a week to turn it around, and we got to find all our new best friends to help us. But I know so many of you are working in those areas, and maybe not directly, but indirectly. Like, for instance, the new healthcare worker that's going to be working with the with Rachel and her team rebuilding. You know, while they're out canvassing the neighborhoods, they could be talking about some other things. So, you know, we like to get a two for one, 3 for 1. So thanks, everybody. And again, get back with Tiffany Spear, tspear, and that's SPEIR at cityoflakewood.us. Thanks, Tiffany. And thanks for your work helping keep our community moving forward in those areas. Okay.
And I've got a 10 o'clock, so apologies, but now I'm going to run away. So thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad we got you just in time.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to start with Erica, because she was my first point of contact for our next topic, because it is 10 and we want to value everybody's time. We've got a few more things to do today. So Erica, I'm going to introduce you and let you and your team share or ask, or just like Tiffany, maybe explain a little bit about what you're doing, and then how individuals can provide you with some feedback, or if you're looking for other partnerships. The floor is yours.
Absolutely. Thank you. Again, I'm Erica. I'm here with Philip Carnell and Heidi Burbage, and we are visiting you today because we are planning for the allocation of a grant, a supplemental grant for affordable housing and services to be in support of populations who are experiencing homelessness, or the populations who are at most risk of housing instability based on income and housing cost burden and some other threats to their housing stability. So Philip is with the county, and they are collecting input for the county's consortium, their grant allocation. And then I'm here with Heidi, and we are the conveners for the Tacoma Lakewood Consortium's grant. So if that makes sense, there's two different grant allocations that will have two plans, two different allocation uses. And so that's kind of the breakdown of that. I don't know, Philip, Heidi, what do you think? I feel like I'm kind of stumbling through this a little bit this morning. Do you want to add anything? Should I pull up maybe our slide of eligible activities and uses? Do you think that would be helpful? And then maybe we can kind of just take some input from y'all of, what sorts of unmet needs are you seeing? What sorts of resources are you using to meet unmet needs? And then what gaps there are in meeting those? Philip, Heidi, what do you all think? Do you want to add anything? Is that a good idea? Okay. Let's just go into this. Little slide here.
Cameron and Nikki, is she able to share her screen? I know they're the magic people behind this technology. So
let's give it a try, see what happens.
Oh, looks like it's working. Thanks.
Did it work? Okay.
I see it. Yeah.
So basically, we have the eligible uses for these grant funds on one side, and then on the other side, we have our qualified populations descriptions. We have undertaken quite a bit of consultation and also analysis of existing plans out there. So one of the main ones that we've been looking at is the comprehensive plan to end homelessness, which really addresses county-wide needs and gaps in funding. We've looked at Lakewood's recent annual housing report. We have looked at the Tacoma's housing action plan. So a lot of just kind of gap analysis and analysis of unmet needs based on the data that's already been being collected. I know that like most of y'all, it's like there's so many different consultations and engagement points, and it's like the data is there. We all know the need is there. So really trying to not put too much burden on everybody to provide the same feedback over and over and over again. We do have a memo that we can send out, and we have a survey link that we can send out since we are running short on time. And so I guess, Mary, would I maybe send that to you? And if you could send that to folks in this group, and we can open that survey up for, another, I don't know, Philip, how long do you all have? We could probably open it up for another week on our end. What do you think, Philip?
That sounds absolutely wonderful, and that will be the easiest way to make sure that both of us receive any feedback or information. So this is a joint process, and we have been working together. And I've been super ecstatic to work with Erica and Heidi because they've just been really wonderful partners going in on this. The county itself, we do have our own website now because we're kind of in a public consultation phase too. It's piercecountywa.gov/homearp, spelled exactly like we've got on the screen right now. I'll send that link over as well in the chat. And then that's kind of a way for you to start to read the county's full draft plan that we've already got published. I don't know where the city is on that because we have slightly different timelines. But I did just want to point out that we've kind of got that, and we've got some public meetings as well today. One in Puyallup at 12:30, and another one at the Tacoma South Branch Library at 5:30. So that's kind of what we've also got going on in the county, and what I wanted to add to that.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll be going into our public review process starting in July, and our plan really is to include everybody that we have received input from. And of course, I'll send this information to Mary, but really just kind of looping back. the opportunity to make further comments on the draft plan before we formally submit it. So
so I know that probably everybody's going to be sending us information, and we probably won't get anything out till early next week. So if you could leave your survey open at least till the end of next week or whatever period of time. Are you looking for providers to provide this in whatever response, or are you looking for participants or individuals who may be in these qualified populations? Who are you looking for feedback on?
you know, if you have folks with lived experience that want to provide input, of course, that's welcome. Really, it's anybody who is working, who has, you know, who touches those communities that are listed in the qualified populations, whose work is touching in those areas, and can provide sort of an expertise of what are those unmet those gaps and unmet needs for those populations would be a positive to hear from.
And then after you receive this information, and is it that you'll be putting programs together, utilizing some resources for these groups, or is this really creating a plan to then go find resources? So kind of what's the purpose, so to speak, of this part?
So right now, I know that we are seeing a big need for, at least for the Tacoma Lakewood, we're seeing a big need for affordable housing production. You'll see that's one of the uses listed, but there will be funding that we are going to be dedicating for services. And what we're hearing is that there's such a wide variety of need for what those services dollars could meet. And I think, and Heidi, please correct me or step in if I'm misrepresenting anything, or if you can add anything, but I know that that's probably where we could use the most input, is really how those can be best used. Do you want to add to that, Heidi?
I think that's a good request, is asking for input on what kind of services, where there's the most gap. It sounds like this is a great group to get that kind of information from. And so we would really appreciate that. And I do think that survey is going to be a great format for that. And so as many responses, you don't need to group together and do a response. You can do it individually. It's great.
That's what people would do. So that's wonderful. And we're always happy to get our voice in our community to the people that have resources, so that you can come back and everybody's got, you know, they're working with different people, but I mean, all of the qualified populations that are noted here, individuals on this call or on this webinar are working with these individuals. They're at the risk of being homeless. They're dealing with lots of different issues that contribute to that. So I think that if folks participate, you'll get really good feedback on what's happening in our community. And these folks don't have a problem sharing their voice and their expertise. So that's always really nice. We're thankful for that. So great. Okay, everybody. So this, we've got lots of great information, and I've been taking notes, and you're going to send information. Shannon's going to say, why are all these people sending me this information? But we'll get all this stuff together. And we've done that in the past to put together a good summary. And being that we're heading towards summer, there's a lot of folks doing things. So we want to make sure you're connected. So we'll get that out in a manner that you can actually utilize. And that's great. Before we jump onto our final topic, which we have just about 10 more minutes to do that, does anybody have anything that they want to add to what's been talked about, share, or if for some reason you jumped in and I didn't give you a chance to say hey to the group? Is there anybody on here that's still with us in that regard? The last thing we're going to do is just do a quick summary on the youth summit that happened. And for those of you that didn't participate, you might learn about it and be a part of it next time. Those that did participate, we'd like to get a little bit of feedback from you on that. So first of all, did we miss anybody? I think just about everybody that's here. James? I think James, oh yeah, we got that. Okay. So that's great. So thank you everybody for joining us. And the last thing we wanted to do was to just do a summary of the Youth Summit. So for those of you, you probably heard about it. If you weren't a part of it, you heard about it from previous collaboration meetings. But the city hosted, our youth council hosted a summit, a youth summit, and we had a big, huge one planned right, a week before everything shut down for COVID. And so we brought it back. The youth council and the students really wanted to do an in-person event. So we did that on May 21st. It was a Saturday. It was from 11 to 4 at Harrison Prep. And I'll just give you a quick summary of the stats. There were over 120 youth that participated in grades 7 to 12. We had the event was opened up with a drumming ceremony with our Nisqually partners. And then we had a welcome from the mayor and the superintendent. We had keynote speakers, 2 keynote speakers. We had 13 breakout sessions of all different kinds, from art therapy to financial literacy to have it like meet with the mayor, talk to the mayor. You've never met the mayor. So it was a real good, we had 13 keynotes, and some of them were twice. We had about 25 sessions on that regard. We had an interactive vendor fair, which had 35 different companies and partners as a vendor fair, and the kids loved it. It was really interactive, and they got free swag. So that was one of the things they said last night. They loved all the free things they got. Free lunch, transportation was provided in a variety of ways, and amazing raffle prizes. So we're really excited about it. I debriefed the youth council on Monday and got really good feedback from them. But I'd love to hear from anyone that participated. The vendor fair, again, was huge and a huge part of what the event was, and the kids loved it. And we would hope that next year that's even bigger. And so all of you that didn't participate, we'd love to have you a part of that. But anyway, if you did participate and you had some thoughts or some feedback, or you wanted to share what you thought about it, it would be a great time right now to do that. And again, we're kind of doing a summary to get us ready for when we kick it off next year. So if you raise your hand or just unmute, Sherry's nodding her head. She was a big part of it. Anybody want to share anything?
Our team at CIS was there, but I've already given Mary feedback and suggestions for next year, and excited to help, keep the bar that was set this year and give our students more opportunities to participate for next year. So I don't think you need to hear from me again.
It's great. Just in case anybody else in the room wanted to provide some feedback or anything. So anybody else that might have participated, or just even if you had a question about it, just want to give you an opportunity to do that. It was really a wonderful event, and the kids were really psyched, and we're definitely going to do it again. So not seeing too many hands. So anyway, great success. Let's see, we're doing so great. It's 10:12. I really appreciate everybody being here. Remind you to send your links or requests, or what you need help with, so that we can send that out. Probably won't go till next week, just because of what's happening in the universe and our world, but we're happy to keep connected. We will not be meeting in July and August, so we usually take the summer off, but we'll be back in September. We are going to do some work this summer. We want to kind of get a little subcommittee together of the collaboration folks, just so that we can kind of, what format works best. Are there topics that would be really amazing to present? We've done do we want to come back to in-person versus stay virtual, or do hybrid's really hard. It's hard when you do an in-person event and then try and do, at least in our city, the technology is not great, and so kind of have that just conversation this summer. I think we get a really good turnout, and everybody's kind of used to not having to get in their car and drive across town and be there. And, we're stacking things these days. So we'll want to talk about that. But just, kind of get a schedule together for the rest of the year, early into next year, and just sort of let everybody know what's happening, what's coming up. It's such an important collaborative tool, resource for all of us, opportunities to share, meet each other, learn who's on first and who's doing what. Solve some problems. Sometimes issues come up, like for instance, the library closing. How do we work together to keep that library, that Lakewood presence, and strong? There's such a big partner. We want to make sure that we're supporting those folks who are a little bit lost right now with what's going on and where they're going to be. So let's hold them up. Anyway, so if you are interested in that, also when you send us the information and your link, send us a note that said, hey, I'd be happy to work on a subcommittee, just kind of just a reformat. We've had different formats for this over the years, and it's just time to take a look and see what's best. And it can vary from meeting to meeting, but just the opportunity to share is always so important. So I don't have anything else. If anybody else has anything, let us know. Otherwise, great summer. Be safe, be well. Take care of your community, which you do. We're grateful for your support and your service. You guys are the givers. You're the doers. You touch our people and you make a difference in our community. We're thankful for that. And we'll probably see you in the parks. We'll see you at the events. And we'll catch up with you in September. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Be well.
Mary,
yes.
Can you say is the September meeting the 7th or the 14th?
Well, it's typically the second Wednesday.
Okay,
So I
it'd
don't
be the
have my
14th.
calendar. The 14th,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
And
14th.
September 14th. Let's just write that down right now. September 14th. Save the day. It'll be amazing.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Hi, everybody. You guys have a great week.